Hey Science Seekers, this is Mr. Pfeiffer. We are doing an episode of the Science Seeker Show, and we are going to do a little prairie walk. We're going to kind of take a little walk, 360 view of Mr. Pfeiffer's garden. One of his avid hobbies is gardening, okay? So I think you saw when we built the walkway, that walkway that was built in a different episode. And today we're going to take a walk down the prairie. The thing about prairies are all grasslands. They're a tall grassland kind of plant. This is a goldenrod. It's the type of biome, I'm sorry, is grasslands. And Illinois used to be known as the grassland state. Now, this goldenrod is one of many of the plants that we say that are in full bloom here in August. Usually these are some of the later plants. You can see a lot of things already seeded though. This is cut plant. Look at those giant leaves. See how big they are? They trap all kinds of water, and then all sorts of insects and frogs, tadpoles grow in there and so forth. Whenever it rains, they trap water, and you know, a lot of these plants, they're drought tolerant. So notice how we've been in a drought forever, but this prairie is in full swing. It's all doing well. The reason why is because it can survive with like 8 to 10 feet long roots, which this stuff, Kentucky blue stem, does not have. It only has about a ½ inch root, okay? But this stuff, this is black-eyed Susan. Black-eyed Susan, beautiful, wonderful native plant to Illinois. This is mountain mint. It's already bloomed. This one has square stems. That's how you know it's a mint, because of the stem there. That woolly stem is a square. I know we have a lot of naturalists in our class this year in 7th grade. We have some that own all kinds of pets. So this is a great place to create native habitat for native animals. Mr. Pfeiffer has a good amount of bunnies and some turtles and stuff like that, and water birds that'll come by as well. You can hear all the all the bugs chirping right now. Sunset, so they're starting to come out. That one in the back right over there, that's very tall. We're coming to some very tall stuff, really tall, okay? This fence is about 4.5 feet, so that stuff's pretty tall. It's called Joe Pyeweed, beautiful plant. It's all seeding right now, and that's what that is the flower. Flowers turn into seed. And you can see it's more of that cut plant, really tall. Look how tall that is. All of this hasn't bloomed yet. This is called New England aster. It's very, very aggressive, and it'll be a very pretty yellow and purple, very purpley, with a little bit of yellow on the inside. But it won't bloom until September. This alien-looking thing right here is related to cup plant. They're both in the genus Silphium, but this is compass plant. Look how big this leaf is. For reference, this is my hand. So that's a really, really big leaf. Huge. This giant stalk comes all the way up to make the flowers, way high. This is another one of my favorites. This is known as Turkeyfoot. This is our state grass. It's known as big blue stem. These are all seeds. You can see they're ready to fall. This is, again, the type of grass. Prairies are traditionally grasslands, so there is a lot of grass in there. Mine has more flowers than grass just because I planted more. This is prairie cordgrass. If you run your fingers through it, it kind of will hurt you and almost cut you. It's so tough. But again, another grass, different one, in bloom currently. And then we come down all the way, so just so you're where we're at, that's the walkway we built in a Prairie Partners episode, and we did that whole walk right there. So if we take a walk over to this garden, we can go ahead and show you the walkway through that was built in the last Prairie Partners episode. Now these are called ornamentals. These are not actual prairie plants. So they're a little bit different. They're not necessarily native to Illinois. This is a lavender rose. It's a very specific type of rose called Sharon of the Rose. And it's not as thorny as the other roses that we'll see later. But still good plant. Here's our walkway, nice and fresh. You guys are probably used to these. They're called hydrangeas, not native. This is a native one. It's called yellow coneflower. It's very pretty. This is its seed. This is what it looks like when it's flowering. And again, these natives, like the turkeyfoot, like the native coneflower, yellow coneflower, and purple coneflower, all natives, are going to really thrive. You don't have to water them at all. You really just have to cut down the dead stuff in the fall, and they reseed and regrow. So you can see this is all kind of native in the back. And then if we come back down here, we're going to finish our walk with a couple non-natives. This is just a standard rose bush. It can compete with all these prairie plants because they're just that aggressive. They're that tough. And roses can do pretty well with that too. This is an onion. If you guys ever eat wild onion, this is just like what you would buy when you go to the store and you buy a bunch of green onions. If you see the green onions, this is pretty much a green onion. This is the leaf that you're eating. You can see it's nice and round. When you buy a whole bunch of green onions to chop it up, that's what the flower looks like. It can be a little aggressive. This is my wife's favorite one. It's very alien-esque. It looks like it belongs in a desert, and it is called a Rattlesnake Master. One of the coolest plants ever. This is its flower. It's really weird. All right, and that's gonna end our, oh my gosh, I almost forgot the most important one. This bad boy, which is kind of randomly growing here, there's another Rattlesnake Master, is milkweed. Milkweed's super important. See that sap in there? That sap is poison. That sap is toxic. But monarch butterflies love this sap. They will eat this sap when they are babies, and then they'll become poisonous. And as butterflies, they are poisonous. Monarchs and milkweed are essential to Illinois tallgrass prairies and to the survival of the monarch butterfly. Don't forget that. If you guys want to do some more native gardening or learn more about it, go ahead and just Google native gardening in Illinois. Peace out, guys. Have a great one. See you at the next Science Seeker episode.